Hello everybody, my name is Rod, I'm your happy hippie, and I'm here to do a video response for Mr. Hall of Fame's 6,000 sub contest. Congratulations, Hall of Fame. I'm sure everybody is familiar with Mr. Hall of Fame's channel. Wonderful content, very knowledgeable guy when it comes to music. Great channel. And he is celebrating his 6,000 sub with a contest, and he's got some really great prizes. Very interesting contest, and I'm going to jump on board. And first question was, name a song or an album that kind of creeps you out a little bit, kind of spooky. And I've showed this one a few times in the VC. It is Black Sabbath. The song Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath. It's a creepy song. It's kind of a creepy album cover. And that's enough to give somebody the willies. So I'm going with that one. Especially on a rainy day. I guess because it has the lightning and stuff in the song, the thunder and the song. So that's a creepy one for me. And he also said give about 3 albums or bands that had an impact on your life at some point. And I could name a lot. John Prine, the song Daddy Little Pumpkin. My wife was pregnant with my first daughter when that song was released, so that always kind of reminded me of Casey, my oldest daughter. Also, the Grateful Dead, I'm showing their Greatest Hits album, because that had an impact on my early life, in my early 20s. Going to see the Dead. There's songs by them that bring back a lot of memories for me. So that definitely had an impact. This particular album by the Rolling Stones, Steel Wheels. A while back I shared in one of my videos how I left rehab to see this band, the Rolling Stones, and this was the tour. So that was a big decision to make, right? So this album kind of had an impact on me, I must say. Also, I'm going with Emotional Rescue because it was the summer after 7th grade this was issued. I mean, this came out. And I remember buying it when it came out. And that really kicked off my love of the Rolling Stones. And they've been my top band ever since. Also impacted my life would be Townes Van Zandt. In the early 90s, I was a DJ for a radio station in Texas, KFAN, KFAN, 107.9 The Fan, and Townes Van Zandt was a major staple of our format. Townes Van Zandt, singer-songwriter. We were a singer-songwriter, kind of Americana station. So Townes Van Zandt, wonderful Texas musician who left us way too soon. It definitely had an impact in my life, in my career in radio. Another question was, name a song about a place that you've been to or a place you would like to go. So Kokomo by I started to say the Bee Gees, but the Beach Boys. Kokomo by the Beach Boys, where he talks about the Florida Keys. I've been there, but I've never been to all those other places he talks about in that song. When I hear that song by the Beach Boys, I really wish I could get out to the Caribbean islands and stuff like that. I think they mentioned Jamaica in this song. I'd love to see those places. Love to. And some of the places I have seen would be Lukenbach, Texas. We all know that song by Waylon Jennings, I'm going to Lukenbach, Texas. Well, I've been there many times, hung out there, had a few beers down at the bar there. If you've ever been to Lukenbach, Texas, it's kind of disappointing the first time you go because there's not a whole lot there, but it's a beer joint. A couple other places. Washington, D.C. was my old stomping grounds. There's a song by the Bad Brains called Banned in D.C. And I always kind of found that funny growing up. You know, that song, you know, how do you get kicked out of D.C.? How do you get kicked out of a city? But anyway, those are a few places I have been to that are mentioned in songs. And the Beach Boys, like I said, I have not been down to the Caribbean islands, and I'd love to get to go sometime. Another question was, what stresses you out about collecting? That was actually the second question. What stresses you out about your record collecting? For me, it would be cleaning them, because I'm so anxious to get to play them. It's kind of a pullover. You have to clean them in your little spin thing and wipe them off. That stresses me out, and not being able to get out to get them, because I don't drive. I don't have a vehicle. It's just me and my bicycle. So I don't have the means to get out and shop for vinyl like I'd like to. I have to just do it off eBay and maybe yard sales, and maybe ride my bike out to Goodwill and hope they have something. So that's kind of stressful, is not having the transportation and the means to get out and actually hunt vinyl the way I'd like to. So, and another question, talk to somebody you've never spoken to before about music. Talk to them about the music. So I did that. Actually did it to two people. One guy looked at me like I was absolutely crazy, but he said, I just listen to the radio. And he was a nice guy. He just, I don't know, man. He just looked at me like I was crazy for asking that question. And another lady was a woman at a drugstore. And she said when she was younger, she really loved, you know, bands like the Rolling Stones. And she said she loved Madonna and a lot of the 80s bands. But after she started having kids and stuff, she kind of just, like a lot of us, she just put that to the side. And she said when her kids were teenagers, she listened to whatever they wanted to listen to on the radio. So it was kind of an interesting thing talking to people about music. Because for most people, it brings back some type of memory for them. And what was the fifth question? Maybe that was it. Stress about collecting. Well, that was me not being able to get out, and also being a hassle to clean. Something that was creepy, music that had an influence or an impact on your life, places you've been, talking to a stranger. I guess that was the 5 questions. He also wanted to just do a quick room tour, and I'm going to try that. And this was like a bonus question. And my music room is my garage. And that is my wall behind my couch. Got my Jerry Garcia poster. Got my poster from Record Store Day. And one thing I let everyone know, all those album covers, I do not have an album for. I'm not wasting an album cover by hanging them up. And this is my music. I get in here. That's my skull. I nicknamed Freddie. And this is where I keep my music, my albums. I'm going to do a better tour one day and actually show some of the stuff that I have. A picture of Johnny Winter. Got my top hat. I gotta have a top hat. My drum. Grateful Dead incense bottle. Actually bought that for my daughter when she was about 14 years old. Anyway, guys, it was a quick little tour of my music cave. Mr. Hall of Fame, again, congratulations on hitting 6,000 subs. Wonderful show, wonderful channel. I always enjoy it, bro, watching your videos. Peace. And his prizes are a ZZ Top like box set thing, a Super Tramp album, like the Mo5 pressing of it, and there's a couple other things. And peace, brother. Have a good one.